All right, so let's talk about the Genesis theme for WordPress. Now, Genesis theme is one of the oldest, most reliable, most updated themes for WordPress. It's been around for many years, and the development team that works on Genesis has been constantly improving and tweaking and upgrading it. You know, it's mobile optimized, HTML5, all that good stuff. So it's a really cool theme. So here's my website, tckpublishing.com. And right now, this website is running the Genesis theme. So this is what it looks like. Now, all this stuff is customizable. So, you know, from the menu up top to, you know, the header, the logo, whatever you want for the header of your website, to the blog post, the way they're laid out, you know, whether or not tags are here, whether or not the categories are show up under the blog posts, you know, how much text shows up on these blog posts on the homepage. You can actually customize the homepage itself, you know, the sidebar widgets, all that stuff is customizable, right? So Genesis is a really robust, customizable theme. It's really secure, right? Because they're constantly updating it. They're making sure they fix the bugs. They're making sure they fix security vulnerabilities and so forth. It's a really good theme. Now, Genesis is a premium theme, and that means you have to pay for it, right? So it's not free. Like a lot of WordPress themes are free. But what you get for, you know, actually paying a couple of bucks for the theme is you get all the bug fixes, the updates, the security fixes, and the fact that the theme is just so robust and so customizable, so much cool stuff you can do with it. So I want to show you on the back end here. If we go to the WordPress dashboard backend and then go to appearance and then select themes, you can see here the themes for the site. So there's the Genesis theme is like a parent theme, and then this theme that we're using is called the Daily Dish Pro theme, which is a child theme with Genesis. And so the way that Genesis the framework works is that you install the Genesis parent theme, and it's kind of like the Genesis template. And then the child theme is the theme that you install in addition to the Genesis framework theme. And the child theme is what gives you the actual kind of design scheme for your website. So if you look at the basic Genesis framework, it just looks really super simple, super basic, not very beautiful. And then this Daily Dish theme is more like a kind of a news site style theme, which I thought really worked well with our site. So once you get the Genesis theme, the framework, you can look at in the Genesis website all the different child themes they have with all different kinds of designs. So if you get Genesis, you can also get, you know, dozens or even hundreds of different child themes that you can install on top of Genesis to kind of change and customize the design of your site. Now, there's a couple things you absolutely want to get if you decide to get Genesis. So if I go over here to the Genesis tab in my dashboard and go look at these settings here, there's two ones here called Simple Edits and Simple Hooks. And these are both plugins. So if you're going to get Genesis, absolutely get Simple Edits and Simple Hooks, because it makes updating, changing, customizing your Genesis website so much easier, so much quicker. So, and you don't need to do any coding or anything. By the way, you can, you know, it's really easy to use. I'll show you how to use it. But basically, if you're going to get Genesis, make sure you get Simple Edits and Simple Hooks. You can just Google Simple Edits plugin for Genesis and then Simple Hooks plugin for Genesis. And you should be able to install those really quickly and easily. So if I open up these plugin options here, you'll see what they do. So the Simple Edits plugin, what it allows us to do is kind of just customize the stuff. So we can customize the footer, we can customize the footer credits text, the entry metadata, which goes below the content. So you can and you can look here to see all the available shortcodes. So you can customize like whether you want to show your blog post dates, the time your blog posts were posted, the author of the blog posts, the link to the author's page, the comments, tags, categories, all that stuff. If you want that to appear on your homepage, on your blog page, underneath the blog posts, just by adding in these codes here, it can customize all that, which I thought was pretty cool. Because I don't want, for example, on our site, we don't want, you know, the post date and the post time and all that stuff, because a lot of our content is evergreen. So, you know, the fact that our blog post was written in 2005 or 2015 or 2020, like, it doesn't really matter at all, right? Because for a lot of the content, it's still relevant. And so we don't want folks to say, oh, hey, this blog post is 5 years old, so I'm not going to read it anymore. So it's still relevant because we constantly update it and make it relevant. So I prefer to do it that way, but for, you know, your website, you might want something totally different. So with this, you can actually just customize all that. And then you can do the same thing if you want this information to show up above the blog post title on your homepage, you can do that here. So that's what Simple Edits does. Now Simple Hooks is a little bit different. So what it does is it just makes it really easy to add code into your head tag. So if you've got, Google site codes and, domain verification codes and, Facebook pixel codes and all that stuff, you can customize that here. It's also got the footer hook. So anything you want to add to the footer scripts, like JavaScript and stuff you want to add to the footer scripts of your website, you can do that. And then there's all kinds of other things you can do here as well. So it just makes adding and editing those kind of codes on your website a whole lot easier, which is pretty cool. Okay, so here is the Genesis Framework website. It's at StudioPress. StudioPress is like the company that creates Genesis. And so if you want to get Genesis, it's $59.95 for the framework. And then it shows you everything here it all includes. So if you want to get like all of the themes, all future updates, all future themes, all that good stuff, you can get like the Pro Plus membership. But unless you're like a web developer, have tons of different websites and really want to invest heavily in this, you can just get the single access Genesis framework there for $60, super easy to do, a lot cheaper, and probably makes a lot more sense for most folks. And I think you can probably also upgrade as well. So if you really love it and you're like, hey, I want all the different themes unlocked and all this extra stuff, you can just email the support team and be like, hey, I'd like to upgrade to the Pro Plus membership, and I'm sure they can take care of that for you. So the Genesis theme is used by a ton of marketers and businesses and business folks because, again, it's just so robust, it's so customizable, there's so much you can do with it, and they have a dedicated support team to provide customer support, to fix bugs, to make sure there's no major security threats with the theme. So if you're running a serious business online and you don't have a premium theme, you don't have a theme that has support and security fixes and bug fixes and all that, I highly recommend checking out Genesis. It's a great theme. I've used it for several years and I recommend it.